Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Runjay Patel. Guys, the purpose for this video is to make you understand web service integrations. So guys, I'm going to start a new integration series which will cover almost all the integrations, like any third party application. If you are going to do integrate with ServiceNow, then definitely you should have a knowledge on web service if third party application support the web service, right? So like let's take example, if you are going to integrate a ServiceNow with VMC, right? So VMC also support web service integration, and ServiceNow also support. So we can go ahead and integrate these two tool using a web service, right? So nowadays guys, it is very important to understand the web service integrations, because most of the client, like they are going to integrate with many third party application, right? So many third party application, it means like they might be using a Jira, they might be using a VMC remedy, they might be using a Salesforce, any other tool which support a web service integration, right? And also I'll be talking about LDAP integration, SSO integration, inbound integrations, all this stuff also I'll be talking about in this integration web series. But before that guys, I'm making this video because you have to understand in depth about the web services, right? So most of the time in the integration I'll be talking about these terms, so that you should be familiar with this before going to do a actual integration, right? So let's understand guys, web services, how it will work, and what is the agenda for this video is guys. So first we will understand the web service, like when and in which scenario we can use these web services, right? So now we will also talk about the inbound and outbound web services. So these two things is required guys. Inbound means whenever you are consuming data from your third party applications, that time you will be writing a inbound. It could be your scripted REST API, or it could be your import set, right? So you have to write a inbound. And for outbound, means you will become a provider, means like a service now will become a provider, and the third party application will become a consumer. That time we have to write a outbound web services, like outbound REST messages. So we'll see that with the live example. Don't worry guys, so I'm just covering a agenda. We'll talk about inbound import set and the scripted REST API guys. So as I explained earlier, so this thing we will be talking about related to inbound term, right? Now next I will be talking about the outbound REST messages. That means how we can post the data from ServiceNow to third party tool, right? And last we will see all this point with the practical example. Like I'll be using a one third party application called Salesforce. This is our like one CRM tool, I can say, which will support the web service integration. So I'll be using this tool to create a record from the service now, right? So we will see with the live example. Like in this case we will be using a outbound arrest message. Fine. So agenda for this web service integration is to cover these many points, so that if you are going to integrate with any third party tool, you will be capable to do it, because you will be in a position to ask from your client, that means what data you required to do the integration with your applications. Fine. So now let's understand what is a web service integration. It is all about. So first of all, it is guys. So it is saying HTTP based web service allow diverse application to talk to each other. Means using a web services integration, we can allow two application to talk to each other. And ServiceNow support both inbound and outbound web services basically. Fine, guys. So now I have created one pictorial view to make you understand. That means how and when inbound action will get used, and when and outbound will get used. So whenever we are talking about from the third party tool to your service now, that time we will be creating a inbound web services. Hope you get it. So whenever we are pushing a data from a third party application to service, now that time we will be using a web services which is called a inbound web services. It has a four method, that is a post, put, delete and get. Post method basically it will create a new record. If you wanted to create a new record from third party application to service now, then at that time you have to create a method called post. If you want to update, then you can use the put method. If you want to delete the record, then you can just use your delete method. And if you want to get the information about any existing record, then that time you can use a get method. So these four methods you will be using to perform a activity from third party application to your service now. Now when it's come to from service now, this is the one directional integration, guys. If you are doing it this way, means this is a one directional. So what if you will push back data from service now to third party application as well, so this will become a bi-directional integration. Means whenever someone is updating a ticket on third party application, it is also getting updated in ServiceNow. And when someone is updating a ticket on ServiceNow, it is also getting updated on third party application using a outbound web services. Outbound web services is also use these four method to perform the activity. So basically this is for inbound, like if you are pushing a data from third party to service now, that is incoming, means so in this case service now will become a consumer, but while posting a data from service now to third party, or service now will become a provider and third party will become a consumer, right? But in this both cases, guys, inbound web services and outbound web services we will be configuring. We'll see this all these things, guys, with the live example with practical code. I will show you how it will perform. Fine. So next, you have to understand, like, service now support multiple web services format, guys. I have listed down CSV, XML, Excel, JSN, PDF, all these things, and etc. It will supported by the service now. So guys, one things you have to keep in your mind, that means you are going to integrate with third party tool, means that third party tool should support a web service integrations, right? If it support a web service integration, then what format it support, so we have to make sure. So while configuring, we will be configuring this support as well, like in format, like in what format we will be playing with the data, like with the either whether we are going to play with the XML or JSN. So most of the time we will be playing with the either XML or the JSN. Fine. So same thing I have written down over here, guys. It is important to know that the tool which you are going to integrate with ServiceNow support a web service or not. You have to make sure, that means whether that support or not. If yes, then what format? So whether it support a XML format and JSON format, we have to make sure. Using that format, basically you have to send or receive the data, right? So ServiceNow provide inbound and outbound web services, guys. So in inbound, mostly we will be talking about the import set inbound and the scripted web service integrations. So this is the one which we will be talking about in this. Fine. So basically, import set nowadays is not so popular. Like when it was just started integration with the third party, that time they have ServiceNow has that facility to do that. But now they have after the Geneva release, they have introduced a scripted web service. So now this is a very popular one, and everyone is using this scripted REST API basically. So I'll be also talking about this. Definitely, guys, don't worry. I'll be also covering a import set one as well. So after covering a import set, then I will move to the scripted REST API. So this is the inbound, I can say. So one more one is the, guys, direct web services. I'm not using this direct web services, and even I have never created any direct web services as of now, guys. So Just leave it now. As of now, if you have time, then you can explore it yourself. Okay, but as of now, I'm not going to talk about this direct web service integration. Fine, so I'll be talking about the import set and the scripted one. So this is the inbound through which ServiceNow will consume the data. Now when ServiceNow wants to push the data to uh, your third party application, that time you will be using a outbound web service allowed to send a soap and rest message to external web service provider, right? So we will be using a this outbound rest message. I'm not going to cover this soap one because this is rare, very rare, guys. No one is using nowadays as well. Before, in very initial, people are using this one, but nowadays no one is using. So I'll be not talking about soap one, but definitely I'll be talking about the rest message. Fine, guys. So this is going to very beneficial for you because I'm going to cover almost all the integration. And if you have any, like, if you want me to make a video on any third party tool with ServiceNow integration, then I will just leave a comment. I will try to make a video on that. Fine. So in next video, guys, I'll be talking about the first this import set, how we can uh, create a ticket in ServiceNow through the third party tool using a import set, right? And then once we will complete with this live example, I'll be talking about with the live example, guys. I'm not going to talk about any theoretical. Fine. So once we will complete this import set, then we will be talking about the scripted web services. Fine. And then finally, I'll be using a outbound REST message to do the integration with the Salesforce. So this will complete give you the overview how web service integration work, right? So if you're after watching all this, what I'm not going to say like how many hours it is going to take me, because it would be a totally practical. So if it is taking 1 or 2 hours also, guys, just watch it. Okay, and after watching this, you will be in a position to integrate with any third party application. You would not require any support from anyone, that is for sure. Thank you, guys. So see you in the next video. We will be talking about the import set or integration. Fine, thank you. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Runjay Patel. Guys, this video is a continuous of a previous video. I hope you have gone through my previous video. On that, I had talked about web service integration. Little bit I have given a theoretical knowledge and what are the things we are going to cover in this web service integrations. This video is mainly for a practical session. So I'll be discussing about the import set and web service integration. So don't waste time, guys. Let's directly move to the practical example. So just type a web service in left navigation and just look for the system web services. Fine. So here, as you can see here, system web service integrations. This is the module. Under this, you will be looking for this. Under the inbound, we will be looking for the new ones. So by default, guys, ServiceNow has given computers, location, notification, and users. So they have already created this. Fine. So I'm not going to talk about the existing one. We will be creating a brand new one. So let me click on the new over here. So guys, for that system web services, I have made it like a star. So here it is coming on my favorites, right? So same thing, it will redirect. So just give a name. So guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a ticket in my module which we have created in earlier videos, right? Like a my incident, we have created one table. So I'm going to use the same one. So what I'm going to give the name, let's give the name same name, my incident demo. Fine. So I'm creating a web service new. As you can see here, create a web service. So this is my web service name. Here under the global application, we are creating it, and the create transform app also it is already checked. So it will system will create a one transform app for us. Fine. So what would be our target table? So here we have to select. So let me select in this case my incident. I think both will be same name. No. Fine. So this is our target table name basically, which we had created in earlier video for module, this one. So I'm going to use the same one. So ticket will be get created in this table. Fine. So let me just create this now. So you just need to click on the create button over here. Before that, guys, if you want to create any field over here, you can create it. So let me open my incident form. So based on that, we will be creating a field. So fine. So let's create a first of all a company. Okay. So here I'm going to create a company. And by default it is becoming here 40 length, so I'm going to give 100. Fine. Then assignment group, I'm just creating a 2 3 columns, guys. So assignment group also give it for 40 and short description. Short description will make it little bit large. Let's say not 100,000. Fine. So as of now, I have created the 3 fields. So we will be matching this 3 field with our target table. So let me create it now. So once you will create it, click on the create button, guys. You will be redirected to your transform map page, as you can see here. So now I have been redirected to transform map table. And here it is saying, please create a transform map over here. Fine. So I'm going to say it. I don't want to run the script any. So by default, it is already unchecked. Fine, no problem. Fine. So let me save this. I don't want to do anything. Fine, guys. So now transform map also got created, and here we have a field map. But before that, guys, let's move on over here, and we'll see. Just type a web service over and look for the inbound. Where it is. Under that inbound. As you can see here, my incident demo now it's got created for us, right? So under that, and let me make it favorite for this one so that it will reflect over here as well. Fine. So here where it is, guys, again we have to refresh it. Seems fine. So basically now we have created a inbound over here. So that is a transform map one. So let me just navigate to there. Where is inbound? Oh, it is not visible here, guys. It's fine. Web service. That web service. Here we have a my demo, right? My incident demo. Just click on that. So as you can see, guys, so this is our import set web service inbound we have created. Now this one is the WSDL auto generate service by the ServiceNow, right? So if you want to copy a field from the target table, just make it copy and select your table over here. I don't want to do that because we have already created the 3 field over here. Fine. So now as you can see here, guys, so one transform app also got created. So let me open it in the new tab over here, and we'll do some mapping. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on the auto map. So it will map our field from source table to our target table, right? So as you can see here, 3 field got matched, right? So short description is matching with the short description. Assignment group, fine, just cross verified. As of now we don't have any call as, so we are not making any call as field over here. Fine. So now we are ready over here. So before that, guys, let me just reload this form. And what we will do now, our inbound web service is available over here. So for importing the data, the service now provide one explore REST API, guys, to test our things over here. So just I have clicked on there, so we can test before going directly jumping to the third party application. We can test it within the service now itself. Fine. So just I have clicked on the explore REST API over here. Fine. So as you can see here, it is saying a namespace is now API name is import set API, and the latest one it is selected. So versioning, if you want to select, then you can just select the version as well. Fine. So we are going to use a post one. Sorry, guys. So as you can see here, by default, our staging table got selected my incident demo one, right? So here we it is defined request format is application or JSON. So we are using a JSON format. Now here we will be defining our data basically, right? So I'm going to define here. So we'll select a short description. We'll just say test. We'll add it one more, two, three, and assignment group. Assignment group. So let me just select over here any assignment group. This one. So this name I'm going to select just for example, guys. And for the company we have to select. Let's select this one. Fine. So three value I'm passing, and I'm expecting it should create one incident under this table, which will have the assignment group is this. A company name is ACME Aprika, and the test or description whatever we will provide it over here. So this is for test. So I'm just giving a test 001. Fine, guys. So what I'm going to do, everything is set now. It is ready to go. Just click on the send button. As you can see, guys, here two not one created. It's saying a green means it successfully created, and here is the response which we have got from the service now, guys. Fine. So it is good to go with the third party application, right? So for the third party application, guys, what I'm going to do, how we will test it from the third party. So let's check it out. One more thing, guys, before jumping to the third party. Here it is saying some incident number, right? 116. So it should give us one my incident, and where we will be looking for 116. That is the first one, guys. You can see here it's got created, having this company name is this, assignment group is this, and test 001 means it got created. Fine. So we have cross verified it. That means our REST API explorer for the import set, it is working. Fine, guys. So we'll see couple of more thing over here. So where it is, guys? Yeah, fine. So here we will see what kind of request we are making it to a service now. So basically this will be your endpoint. This is the URL we will be using. This is the header type, means in this type only we will be accepting a format. Basically this is a application slash JSON format we will be accepting. So token is this. In this case we are not going to use a token, and this is the request body we are pushing to the service now. So where is our third party application, guys? So we wanted to check the same thing with the third party, right? So for that, guys, I have a one tool called a Postman. This is a Google tool, guys. So Google will provide this tool to test your application for the web service integration. So here we will be, you can see the all the methods they have already given. So for first time, guys, if you are using it, so I will be selecting a method called post. Okay, and here I'll be using this URL. So this is will become our URL over here. So I'm just posting it URL, and then the authorization, guys, we have to select what kind of you want to do the authorization. So I'm going to go with the basic, or you can go with the token. It's up to you how you are going to do your authentications basically. Fine, so I'm just going with the basic authentication. Here I have given the username and the password of that account basically. Right, so now in header, guys, so we have to check it again. Header, guys, in here for the accept, we have to use the same parameter over here. So I'm going to use a accept, and for content type I'll be going to use this, and the put the value. Fine, so in this both format, accept, it will accept the JSON, and it will content type would be the JSON itself. Fine, so in the body, guys, what we are going to do, we are going to send a data, raw data, right? So this is our raw data I'm using over here this way. Fine, guys, you can just use the way we have used it from the form data as well. You just provide a key and the value like that. So I'm using the same raw data over here. So whatever the data we have used for the this applications over here. Fine, so it should also create one more record once we will click on the send button over here. So before that, guys, I just wanted to check. So here we will see, instead of one we will make it two, right? Assignment group, let it be this one. Let's check it now, guys. I hope so it should work now. So I'm just click on the send button, and if you can see the response body, we got the response, guys. This is a separate tool, as I can say here. It is not related to any service. Now, as you can see here, this is a separate postman tool. You have to install it, right? So this is not interlinked to your service now. So this tool is behaving like your third party applications. So from your third party application, you have to give them this URL, and you have to tell them, hey boss, you have to provide me the data in this format. So as of now, for example, I have taken how many parameters? Only three parameters we have taken, right? Let me just, so you just tell them, so you have to provide your data in this format. So as of now, three attributes are there. If you want to have it like a state, priority, anything, so you can just tell them and you just configure it based on that, right? So they, so that they can provide you the data in this format, and they will be using in this URL, basically endpoint in their tool. Fine, so let's cross verify it, guys. So this time 117 it got created. So just refresh it. 117 got created, and here it is short description. Also it is saying two, guys. Right, as simple as that, guys. It's not too hard, guys, to create a import set web service integration. It's damn easy to create it. So only the thing is, what it will data will come in your staging table. That means in our case, data is coming from third party tool in this table. So if you will just show over here, as you can see here, two data are there, right? So one data came from Postman, and one data came from REST API. So once data is coming over here, then we are running our transform mapper script to move our data from a source table to target table. Fine, guys, I hope you got the idea how import set web services work. It's very simple, but nowadays, guys, no one is using this one, right? So I'm not going to recommend to use the same way. So for this is for creating a data. You can use a get method, guys, to get retrieve data from your table. Fine. So now in the next video, guys, we will be talking about a scripted one, that is I'm more interested, guys, because nowadays everyone is focusing on the this scripted REST API applications. Fine, guys. So see you in the next video. We will be talking about the scripted REST APIs. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. Hello, guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Runjay Patel. Guys, in last video, we had talked about import set of web services, right? And I have shown you with the practical example using a Postman tool. Means using a Postman, we have submitted a data and incident got created on the target table, right? So in this example, we will be talking about again a inbound web services, but that would be the a scripted REST API. Fine. So this is the second way we can create a inbound REST API. So just let's navigate to the web service again. Again, let me just close this one. So yeah, fine. So under the web services, we can, last time we have seen a demo on this, right? So my demo incident demo basically. Sorry guys. So this is the inbound one, import set inbound one we have seen, but this in this video we will be discussing about the scripted REST APIs. Fine guys, so let me directly create a scripted REST API. Again, we will be creating each and everything through the brand new. So I'm just clicking on the new button. Here it is asking me to provide the name. So in this case, I'm just giving a my incident. My incident demo. Fine. So based on that, API got created over here. So here the API namespace, it is saying 58 something. It is number. It is there, guys. So here or we just make it test, my incident test. Fine. So based on that, it will get converted. Fine. So now just create it. So I'm just creating it. Now record got created. Here it will become a base path. Means this is like after this my incident test, we can pass our variables as well. So this is basically a REST service, guys, a scripted REST API just now we have created, and it is API name is the my underscore incident underscore test, and now it is in active state. So security, guys, so here by default, if you want to apply a security label, then you can just apply over here. This is the ACL running. If you want to check this ACL, just navigate to, let me show you right away. So this is the ACL which will check for the external default user. So scripted, this is the one, guys, which is running. Basically it is on execution operation. It will check whether the SNC role is there or not with the users. Fine. Fine. So here, content negotiation, guys. Here it is there, like what kind of format we are giving. So by default, system is giving a JSON application XML text. On top of it, you have a provision to overwrite it. If you have like any PDF or any other format, you can specify over here while giving a comma separated one. But by default, it is giving you this many. So if you can overwrite it again, this is for request and this is for your response. So by default, this many ServiceNow supports. Documentation, guys, here you can just provide what is the purpose for this your scripted REST services. So you can just give a short description. If you have any documentation for this, then you can just provide over here. Fine, guys. So now here till here it is okay. Nothing confusions over here. So like nothing complicated one even there it is, guys. So now here under the resource tab, we have to create our methods basically. Fine. So I'm just going to create on the new button. So here it will define a method. So what kind of method we are going to create it. So I'm just saying create new incident. Fine, so this is the name I'm just going to give, and on this case I'm not going to use a post method. I'm going to use a get method. I'm going to use a post method. So if you are using a post method, then relevant slash path is nothing, not required. Like we just leave it as it is. If you are using a get method, then you can just put a variable name, and we will see in a couple of minutes when we will be using a post method. So for this guys, here method HTTP method, HTTP, you know that like a hypertext transfer protocol method it is. So post method, we are using it over here, and security over this thing guys. So if you require authentication, you just click it. Otherwise, by default, just leave it blank. So I'm not going to do anything. Same thing guys, as you can see here. Previously we have talked about. So let me just save this. Now post method got created, name we have given a create new incident. So guys, here we have to provide our script which we are going to process data which will come from the third party tool, right? So fine, here negotiation, everything is fine, documentation. Here you can just provide your what kind of simple code basically. So what kind of request you will be expecting from the third party tool, just for whoever like any third developer it will come, then they can identify, okay, so this way basically third party application has to push the data. So in this case, what I'm going to do, where is our body, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it over here. Fine, so in this format we will be accepting a data basically. Fine, right. So now guys, so to process the data, I have created a script to save our time. So let me just uh, run, copy this script and paste it that over here. Don't worry guys, I will explain each and every line in detail. So just let me save this and let me even open in the new form, new tab basically, web service. So first one is the hours one. So here we have created it. Fine. So this is our REST service, and this is the method which we have created. Let me open in the new tab, guys. Fine. So here we have written some data. Like we have, this is our code implementation. So what I have given where is equal to, it is saying params. This is the variable name. Under the try, we are just yeah, getting a data. So this is the way to get the data, whatever data which is coming from the your third party tool. So request.body.data. So this format, it will, you will in this param object you will be having your whole data. Then I'm just printing it guys, you know that ds.info, and just printing my incident API request body params is equal to this, and just in the JSON format I'm just passing it over here. If any exception occur, if it will not found the data, it will come in the cat section, it will show the error occurred and the message whatever the error you will be having. So it will throw a error and the bad request error, a mail formed a request, something like that. So this is as simple as that. Basically here I'm just validating a data. That means whatever the data it is coming from the third party tool, where that it should have a like a correct format and each and everything is as expected. If it is required additional validation, guys, you have to do it. I'm not going to talk about those. Fine. So now here in the 12th line, sorry, 14th line, and here it is, I'm just creating a one script include called a my incident. I have already created, guys. Let me just navigate to this script include. So you know that this is the my way to reach the script include, and here we have a, basically I have created a two a script include. One is a DOA utils and the first one is the my incident one. So both I have opened it basically. You know that like you have already, I think you have already watched my script include video. If not, then please go and watch that first. Fine, so I'm not going to explain each and everything. So here we have defined the methods, guys, over here. So sorry, yes, here. So this here I'm just making an object of that a script include. I'm that calling a function create my incident from API, and here I'm passing a params. Param means whatever the request we are getting from the third party tool. This is the table name which I'm passing. That means we wanted to create a ticket on this table name. Fine. So now let's go to this function basically. Fine. So we are on the my incident script include, and this script include have this function create my API my incident from API. Right, guys. I was passing a two parameter. First one is the params, which is having a your requested data from the third party tool, and in this table name. Fine. Again, guys, again I'm making one a script include calls basically. So this is also a script include call method. So I'm just calling a method which is defined under this script include. So DAOA utils, as I said, I have already created. Same way, guys, I have created it, and I have just made a function over here. Fine. So again, it is asking for the prepared glide record. Guys, I have made this function because I wanted to make a dynamic insertion or updation. Means there is no code change required. So later moment of time you will understand why I have made this function. So prepared a glide record. It will prepare basically a glide record to insert our data. So let's check it out. This function what it is saying. So this function will get called, and here we are just calling it glide record source, and we are just passing a table name. This will give the whole access to our this table name, and we are just doing a initialize, and here we are just setting a value based on the attribute. We are setting a value. We are reading a attribute which is coming from the params, and setting it to attribute which is there in the table, right? So in this guys, you have to make sure that means whatever the key value which you are passing, that has to present on your table name. So in this guys, you underscore short description and all this thing, it has to be present on the your table basically. If not, then it will not insert our data, guys. Fine. So let me check that way. Fine. So here we are doing a insertion, and then just logging one information. That means here it got created, and here we are returning a sys id. Correct, guys? I hope you are getting it. So return, in the return I'm just returning these many details. Sys id is equal to this, and the number is equal to this. This is also a kind of JSON format. Let me show you that this is a JSON format. Fine. So this is also a JSON, right? So whole JSON I'm returning it. So now it will come to here. So here in the result we will be receiving a data. Hope you guys are clear with this. So let me explain one more time. So my incident, this is the script include, and function defined in this my incident script include. So this is the function, and in this function again it is calling a one function which is defined under the DTO utils. Here we are just making a parameter, and finally we are returning a GR. Fine. So here in the GR, here it will come, and GR dot insert, we are doing it, and it will insert a record basically. Fine. So everything is there now. So let's check it out. That means how it will work. So where is our code? So this is our API scripted REST response. Fine. So here it will get created. In the result we will be getting, if we are checking gs.nil is equal to result, then we are setting a 500, otherwise 201 means success it is thing, and returning a result whatever the it will come over here. Fine guys, so now here we can test it again. We can test it from our REST API over here. So just let me test it over here. One more thing guys, I think we are missing one step. Where is our actual one? No, fine, we are good to go. So here is our as you can see here now, as of now only one we have created, that is the post one. So here it is giving the post methods, and let me create it. Sorry. And this one basically we have to copy it. So but guys, u underscore short description, I think u underscore short description is not there, so we have to remove the u. Fine, so you just need to short description, assignment group, and company. Just let me cross verify it. Where is our incident record? Not there. Just navigate to my incident, and for the just check for the column name, assignment group, fine, company, fine, and the short description. Fine, so there they think. Let me map one more field, a state as well. So here it, what I will do, here I will say a state, and let's give value as a 2. Fine, so this is the format we are giving it guys, and same here is just for testing, JSON, all these things we have captured. Fine, so it should create basically a one table, and sorry, incident. So this time I'm just giving a 3. Fine guys, fine. So let me just click on the send button. It is asking for the confirmation. Yeah, as you can see here, now it got created. 201 it came, and it is giving a sys ID and the number. So same sys ID and the number we are returning it guys. Before that, in the import chat, have you seen that? That means we are getting a many response, right? So many attributes was there, but this time we have configured the sys ID and the number. And where it is configured, yeah, let me show you. Can you see it here? Let me make it a little bit big. If you can see it over here, sys ID t I have given number is equal to number. Fine guys, so here based on this response we are receiving a data. Now let's cross verify it guys. Click on the all. What is the incident number? This one. And here it is saying work in progress because we have passed it as a 2 edge. Hey, our reference field is not got populated guys. It is saying I, but it is not got populated. Let me check why it is. Okay. Oh guys, we did a mistake in REST API. Instead of the name, we have to pass the sys ID because it's assignment group and company is the reference field. So let me do it again. I'm not going to do it again from here, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it same using this postman tool again. So in this time, what we are going to do, as you can see here, last time our endpoint was import u underscore my underscore incident demo, but this time our API would be this one, right? So this will, let's take it from here and paste it. Authorization is fine, and params header is also fine. We have already set it. And fine, so instead of the group name, now here what we have to provide, we have to provide the sys ID, right? So now let's check it out. Okay, sys ID and company for this. I've opened in the new tab. Here is the sysID. This is for assignment group. So assignment group sysID I have given, and for this we have this sysID. Fine. So now we have replaced with the sysID for the reference field. So now guys, this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to say 4 and the state is equal to 2. Fine. So directly we are creating a work in progress. So let me send it and check the response. Cool. Isn't awesome, guys? So here in simple way we are getting a result sysID, and here the number which this time we have got it 120. Let's check it out, guys. That means whether it is got mapped properly or not. So let me just close all these things. So click on the all. Yes, 20 and work in progress. Let me open it, guys. Over here. This time, guys, as you can see here, company is also mapped, assignment group is also mapped, right? And test over here. So this is for posting data from the third party tool, guys, using a scripted REST API. So guys, why here everyone is following a scripted REST API? Because of this response, your client may want different types of response. Basically, sometimes they don't want to expose too many columns, because if you're going with the import set, they have a default one, right? Here we can customize based on the need. So right now we are just passing a sysID and the number only. If a client is asking if we need more details, like if their details also required, then they can we can push that details as well, right? And it's very simple as well, guys. So here we have defined, and you just need to uh, map only your script include with your scripted REST web services, basically here at postmate. So this way, this is the code. I will be posting it, guys, in the description as well, so you can just do your practice. Guys, I'm not going to do a create for the put method. This is for update, you know that, right? So this will be your homework. You can practice with put method to update the tickets. Fine. So what I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you one more thing, that is for get method, how we can retrieve the data. Fine, guys. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one more resource. This time I'll be creating a get method. Get my student info. Let's say info. Fine. This time I'll be saying a get, and this time I'll be asking for the ID. So based on the ID, I'll be getting a result. So I'll be asking to the third party, please send me the sysID of your, let's make it sysID or ID, let's make it ID. Anyway, it's up to you. It's your convenience or how you are just defining. So ID, I'm just treating it as a sysID of that record. If someone is giving, then I can write a get method and will provide a details on that. Fine. So first of all, guys, we have to fetch that value which is coming from this, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one variable, and variable called id, or let's make it as a sysID. And here you have to pass the request and just put a dot. As you can see here, there are many options. It is visible for you, right? So you have to use your path params to retrieve the value, and that whatever the name we have specified over here, that name we have to give it over here. Fine. So this will give you whatever the value which will come from your third party tool. Fine. So now we have a sysID of our my incident table. Now we are going to call a script include. Let me create one more variable called inc details. This is the variable I'm just calling it, and here we will be making a call for our script include. So in this case, our script include name is my incident. right? And dot I have created one get incident, get my incident. Yes. So this is the function, guys. I have created a two function. One was for your uh, creating a tickets, and this one I have created it for getting a details. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to explain again this one to you. Fine. So just let me paste it where it is, guys. Yeah. And in this, I'll be passing a ID. Fine. So you can just type the same thing, copy paste over here and here also. And in that case, not required to use your variable. Fine. So I'm just going to use this variable and I'll be returning this one. That's it, guys. So these three lines of code we have to write for get the information in your get method. So here you have to provide a relative paths. Here we will be getting a sysid, and here we are just how to retrieve the value. Here we have given request.pathparam.id. We'll be getting id. We are just passing it. Basically, we are calling this function. Let me move that here column. Move in this uh, script include function basically. So this function basically we are calling from our here in the get method. Fine. So from this get method we are calling a function get my incident by id. Fine. So this is the id here we are getting. We are just making one variable over here my incident and checking id is there. Then we are just making a glide record on this table and just a simple retrieving information using a get method, guys. Over here we know that because this is a sysid, so we will be getting a details of that, and here we are just adding that into a my incident variable. So number, here we are just getting a number, short description, a state, company, and an assignment group. So these are the details we are just using to pass the uh, pass it as a response back to a third party tool. Fine. And finally we are returning it this my incident. So once it will this code will execute, it will give me these details, right? And these details will get captured over here. Fine. And finally we are returning this one. So let me just save this. Fine, guys. So again we are going to do a test from the REST API Explorer. This is the good way we can test our things. So I'm going to use the same incident number over here. So sorry, guys. I had copied sysid, so I'm just putting it sysid. It should give me the details. So everything is set up now. So I'm just clicking on the new 200, okay, and it is giving me the result. So whatever the number and number, short description, state, company, and assignment group, we are um, setting it over here, right? So same way we have got the response as well. Fine, guys. So let me show you directly from. This is the URL we will be using. Sorry, where is our, not this one, this one. Fine. So let me close this one. So this is the URL I will be using from the post here. Fine. And this time I'll be using a get method. So let me send it. Correct. We got the result. So basically this is the endpoint for your third party application to retrieve the information about the incident. I hope, guys, you got it, like how scripted REST API works. So this whole things, guys, whenever I'll be talking about web service integration, I will be talking about these methods only. right? So make sure do your practice before watching my upcoming video that is related to integration. So as promised, I had told you in my first video, that means I'm going to make a video on the several third party application with the ServiceNow, right? So that is the integration we are going to cover. Fine guys, so see you in the next video. In the next video I'll be discussing about outbound. One more thing is pending guys, that is the outbound message, right? So web service, under the web service we have a outbound somewhere. Yeah, sorry, I will be talking about this rest message basically. Fine, so see you in the next video guys. Thank you, thanks for watching.